I am Ernest Stoffold Blofield. They told me that you were assassinated in Hong Kong, Mr. Bond.
Well, this is my second life.
You only live twice, Mr. Bond. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Real Screen Team. I'm Andrew Thomas. I'm back with my partner in crime, Christopher Johnson.
Hello, everyone.
And we're continuing our Sean Connery Bondathon with You Only Live Twice.
Yeah, one that I guess is also on the divisive side.
Yeah.
I guess, should I go into the overview? Okay. You Only Live Twice is a 1967 spy film loosely based on the 1964 novel of the same name, written by Ian Fleming. The film was produced by Harry Saltzman and Albert R. Broccoli, who are back as the main producers after Kevin McClory was the producer of Thunderball. The film was directed by Lewis Gilbert, and the screenplay was written by Roald Dahl.
Mm-hmm. The guy who did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
And Big Friendly Giant, Matilda.
James and the Giant Peach.
Dahl wrote an entirely new story using some characters and locations from Fleming's novel as the background.
Mm-hmm.
The film stars Sean Connery in his fifth film as James Bond, and this would be the last Bond film Connery would do in complete succession. And it would be the last Bond film that he would do for 4 years.
Mm-hmm. What? Do a synopsis?
Sure. Bond is dispatched to Japan after American and Soviet crewed spacecrafts mysteriously disappear in orbit, each nation blaming the other, causing greater tensions between the U.S. and the Soviet Union, who are currently in the Cold War. Bond travels secretly to a remote Japanese island to find the true perpetrators and comes face to face, finally, with Ernst Stavro Blofeld, the head of Spectre.
Let's talk about Sean Connery. He looks kind of bored.
Yeah, this was the moment where you started to see Connery kind of phoning it in.
Yep. And being pretend to be Japanese or
good Lord.
Asian is really weird and kind of goes pointless, really.
Yeah, what? One, that was the most... That makeup job was not going to fool anyone. Mm-hmm. That was just ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It was silly. It wasn't needed.
Yep, let alone that he doesn't go into... There's like... It doesn't fool any of the Spectre agents who come after, especially when they try to poison him.
And I guess, despite the fact that Connery was phoning it in, he still was good, but you could tell he was over it. He wanted to move on from the role for some time.
Yeah, and this was our second or maybe third fake out of Bond dying. The first one was from Western Wolf, which we forgot to mention.
Yeah.
With that guy disguised as Sean Connery at the beginning of the cold open.
And then, of course, in the previous...
there was also that funeral scene that said JB on there.
Yeah, and at the beginning of Thunderball.
Yeah. And now this is the third one.
Yeah, where they went really out of their way to give the idea that, Bond is dead. I mean, did they really have to go that far into meticulously, setting up his potential assassination? But hey. And even in the end, I don't even think Spectre thought that he was like dead.
No.
So, well,
it was all pointless.
Yeah. But we shall now go into the Bond girls. Akiko Wakabashi as Aki. And Mei Hama as Kissy Suzuki. Why was this split up into two different roles?
Yeah, could have been just one role.
Yeah, Aki should have been the main Bond girl. Yeah. She was the one that had the most, chemistry with Bond.
Yeah.
She was actively important in the mission.
Yeah.
I mean, she should have been the main Bond girl.
Yeah.
I mean, and the fact that she's the one that ends up getting killed off is messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, what much did Kissy do?
No. All she did was go get the cavalry. That was about it.
Yeah. Get the guys to help out Bond and help Bond find the freaking lair. But other than that, what does she do?
Nothing. Well, and the actors couldn't really speak any English.
Yeah, which is why they got Nikki Vandersill to dub her.
Yeah. Yeah. So, really all that. Yeah, I liked Saki more.
Aki
more. She had more personality and all that. Her and Bond started out with a rough start, then they end up getting together, and then she dies before he meets his second Bond girl, who was supposed to be his wife anyway.
Yeah, with that whole ludicrous we're going to disguise you as a Japanese man with the most unconvincing makeup job ever. What?
And yeah, the makeup job for Dr. No was a lot better.
Yeah, because I was actually blown away that Miss Taro was an Asian. That's how good the makeup job was done there. That I truly thought that woman was Asian, but she is not. And I mean, even the makeup for Dr. No himself was done in a tasteful manner.
Yeah. Yeah. And then let's talk about the Vixen also. The one that doesn't do...
Helga Brandt.
Yeah, who gets killed off midway through.
Yeah, she's in many ways trying to do what Fiona Volk did in Thunderball, but she doesn't do it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, she was still good, but no one can top Fiona.
Yeah.
No one really
She
can.
gets killed by eels.
No, Piranha Tank.
Yeah.
Piranha Tank.
Yeah.
But with going over Bond and the Bond girls, the Bond villain.
Blofeld. We finally see him face to face.
Yes. We finally get to see Ernst Stavro Blofeld fully in the flesh. We finally get to see his face. And he's played fantastically by Donald Pleasance.
Yep. The future Dr. Loomis in the Halloween franchise.
Which we will go over.
This year. Yep. And they use that makeup, and he's great precursor to Dr. Evil for the Austin Powers movies.
Yeah, I mean, from his attire to the scar on the face, that is what Dr. Evil is based off of, Donald Pleasance's performance as Blofeld.
Yeah. I thought he did pretty well, even though he wasn't originally cast as him.
Yeah, he was the second person called in for this role, which is weird because he takes it over and makes Blofeld seem so menacing and creepy and unsettling, despite the fact of this guy is small.
Yep.
He's small, but you're still intimidated by him.
It's the first couple scenes in the background. It's still the original actor. Pleasance had to go double him midway through. I'm trying to remember why he
they just felt that he didn't fully fit
Yeah.
what Blofeld was.
Yeah.
And plus, on top of it, with the whole idea of the face scar, that was Donald Pleasance's idea. He thought for Blofeld should have some sort of physical characteristic or deformity. He had thought of things like giving him a hunchback or a limp or you know, a messed up hand, but he went with the face scar.
And the villain's as good as the allies for Bond.
Like Tiger Tanaka, played by Tetsuro Tamba.
Yeah.
I really like Tiger. He's a lot on that side with the likes of Cameron Bay. Of, you know, just a likable ally that is kind of like a ride or die with Bond.
Yep, he was one of the few allies who didn't die. He which makes it rare because of commercial of
Unfortunately, Cameron Bay got killed.
Yeah.
Apparently, most of the time, if your name isn't Felix Leiter and you're an ally to Bond, you're probably gonna die. That seems to be the running thing.
Yeah. And he helped save him from Blofield, Bond from Blofield, when he almost died again. We should talk about, and of course, there was also Charles Gray as a brief. Speaking of allies who got killed early, Charles Gray.
Yeah, Mr. You take a jump to the left, take a step to the right, put your hands on your hips, and pull your knees in tight. Yes, Mr. Time Warp, Charles Gray.
I knew him as Mycroft Holmes for an '84 Sherlock Holmes show, so I was more familiar with him in the Sherlock Holmes show than
Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
But with what little part he had in it, it was really good.
Yeah.
You know, as Dicko Henderson.
Yep.
Though, interestingly enough, his death is actually one of the more impressive and also kind of unsettling.
Yeah.
You know, he's just, you know, casually talking with Bond, and then he stops talking. And his face goes stiff. And Bond's like, what is going on here? Oh my God, he's been stabbed in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame we didn't get to see more Charles Gray.
Yeah. And then we get all the returning MI6 members.
Of course. You know, Bernard Lee as M, Lois Maxwell as Miss Moneypenny, and Desmond Llewellyn as Q.
Yep. Although, why they were in a ship?
Yeah, why were they in a submarine?
Yeah.
Why? Why does M have his own special office in a submarine? I mean, it's situated just like how it is at the MI6 headquarters.
Yep.
Does he just have all of these made wherever it is necessary?
Yep. wondering why why couldn't he just fake bury Bond somewhere else where he could have met?
And the fact that Bond himself actually went through with the whole burial at sea.
Mm.
They gave him some oxygen, and he let them wrap him up in, the stuff he usually used to bury someone at sea. Only for them to come, cut him out, and then bring him to the submarine. How much money did this go into? They went through a great deal of expense to fake this man's death and burial.
British tax dollars. Maybe some help from the BBC.
Yeah, somebody definitely had to pay for this.
Let's talk about the good.
Well, of course, we talked about Donald Pleasance, Aki, who should have been the main Bond girl.
Yeah.
Fantastic opening theme. You Only Live Twice, performed by Nancy Sinatra. Definitely fantastic. And before we go any further, best villain lair ever.
Yeah.
The freaking Volcano Lair.
Yeah.
This is the reason why Dr. Evil had his own volcano lair in Austin Powers' The Spy Who Shagged Me. This volcano lair is amazing.
Yep.
It
looks like you're going to a theme park. With the trams there.
I mean, freaking piranha tank with its own special breakaway, with its own special, fall down,
Your own
fall down bridge.
Your own spaceship to go capture other spaceships, which we forgot to mention.
Yes, and also the best thing of all, a fully functional monorail.
Yeah, like I said, Disneyland or Disney World.
Monorail, 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 monorail.
Mono.
Yeah. This is where they commit all the evil experiments. Just go on by the tour.
Oh, we need to go somewhere. Monorail.
Take those prisoners, monorail.
Blofeld needs to escape. Monorail. And when you're talking about other awesome things, we have to talk about the main thing Q gave Bond. Little Nessie. That small, adorable, but freaking awesome helicopter. I mean, it looks like something a little kid would ride outside of a grocery store, but that thing is souped up. I mean, the freaking helicopter chase and shooting fight, well, dog fight that they have, one of the best parts of this whole film. I mean, it is fantastic.
But let's talk about the bad.
Well, we went over the main one, the whole why was the whole ludicrous and dumb and very costly faking of Bond's death and burial. Bond turning Japanese, you think he turning Japanese, he really thinks so. Aki's death, which she shouldn't have died.
Yeah.
And also, how do you perfectly poison someone via pouring poison down on this string and it lands in their mouth? How does that work? How does that work? That's silly. And we don't really get to learn much about the rest of the Spectre team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but then again, you're dealing with Blofield as the main villain.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really need to know that much?
Mm.
This is finally we get that conflict between Bond and Blofield.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep. So, should we talk about the scores? Or I'll go with the score.
sure.
I'll give this 7 out of 10. I think it was good, minus the pointless part of Sean Connery being Japanese and one of my favorite Bond girls dying, Asaki dying. I thought it was really good, especially Donald Pleasance's performance there. He really made me buy it as Blofield for his first time meeting Bond, which we'll mention more when it comes to continuity later on. But your score?
I agree with you here. I give it a 7 out of 10. I think one of the things that hurts it is the fact that Sean Connery isn't in top form.
Yep.
I get the fact that he wanted to move on, but I feel as though maybe he should have given it a bit more oomph for this performance, especially since everyone else did so well.
Yeah.
In this. I mean, Donald Pleasance was fantastic. Akiko Wakabayashi was fantastic. I mean, with what little she got to do, May Hamid was great. And Tetsuro Tamba was great. Everyone was great. You really liked everyone in this film. I just feel as though, Connery should have done a bit more.
Yeah. But if you disagree with our scores, go find us on Facebook, The Real Screen Team. Find us on YouTube, The Real Screen Team. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really need a subscriber count so we can do other things on this channel.
Yeah.
Get more TVs as one of them.
Yeah. Viewer suggestions for reviews.
Rare live streams occasionally.
Yeah.
Special live streams occasionally.
And also be able to make these reviews on a much more timely manner.
Yeah. But before we go, let's talk about what the next movie we're reviewing.
We finally cap off the end of this incredible and very enjoyable marathon with Sean Connery's last film, a part of the Eon Productions of James Bond films, Diamonds Are Forever.
Roll us out.
Sure. Thank you all for coming. Definitely come back and watch us again. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It really goes a long way and can really help us grow this channel in the future. Thank you. Let's fade to black.